Hi everybody, Dacob here. Welcome back to the Fashion Bunker. Okay, so let's do an unboxing. A Chanel unboxing. This was unexpected, kind of. I have to say, not too unexpected, so I might explain what happened with this particular product once I unbox it, to not give away too much before the actual unboxing happens. Super exciting times. Okay, let's take the tissue paper out. This gives away what it's going to be. We have a little microfiber glove to take care. Well, actually, this microfiber glove won't really, we're not going to really need it. And you're going to know, well, no, we might need it for a part of whatever's coming next, but we're not going to need it for the entire product. Okay. Let's enjoy this for a second. These boxes, I just tend to open them and then the moment withers. This should have been turned like this. Little details. The devil is in the details, right? Yes, it is. So what's the back? What's the front? Now this is the... I'm not so sure. Yeah, okay. So this is the back of the the box. This is the front of the box. I love these smaller boxes. Much more than the big ones. The smaller the better. Not just do they take away less space once you're trying to archive them, because I archive these boxes as well, but also they're just, I don't know, proportion-wise much nicer than the huge ones. The biggest box I've ever received for a Chanel bag was the Grand Shopping Tote in extra large. I mean, that thing is a tank. The bag is a tank. That's the biggest Chanel bag I have, but also the box for it is just humongous. Oh, okay. Let's see what the cat dragged in. Oh my God. I'm watering already. My mouth is watering. This is so delicious. This is it. The Metiers d'Art. So this is the final purchase of the Metiers d'Art collection for me. It wasn't the necklace, which I thought would be, because this one was not available anymore. The Lesage Tweed Mini. Are you kidding me? No, I can't. This is just too much for me to even... Oh my God, this is so beautiful. Every single detail is just... It's too much. Okay, and then inside, and this is why I meant we're not going to need the glove, microfiber glove for the tweed, but we're going to need it for the leather on the inside. And boy, look at this leather. Let me take all this away for now, so we get more space with the bag. Okay, check this kind of bronzy green hued, very Byzantine type of gold leather inside. It's amazing. Amazing. This is reminiscent of old school Chanel when she was still alive, late 60s, early 70s in particular. Could also be 40s, but this is more kind of the disco era. That Byzantine opulence that Coco adored so much is right here inside of this little bag. And yes, of course it's made in France. This is Lesage Tweed. It's going to be hard to see right there. Well, not too hard. And let me just double check my authenticity card. Where is it? Let me see the inside. Give me a second. Okay, cool. That's the right number. You always got to check that your numbers align and match. Here's some more tissue paper. Little sticker on the zipper. So we got a pocket zipped pocket. We got another pocket in the front of the zip pocket. We got the big compartment here. One chain, also with the gold leather. This is just so amazing. This is just so amazing. It's a piece of art. I can't even, there's not much to say about it. It talks for its, you know, it says its own story. They even folded the leather here. So the leather going through the strap is, it's a twofold. So we got kind of 3 sides to the leather folded twice. It's a lot of work as well to make. And there's a sticker here as well, which we're going to have to take off. And let's take the ribbon away. I mean, seriously, I'm such a sucker for Chanel, you know, but I mean, from time to time, they just nail it. They're, you know, from time to time, it's just... This Metiers d'Art collection was incredible. The Paris/New York or Paris Egypt, that I prefer to call it the Paris Egypt bag, a Paris Egypt collection. Lagerfeld's last Metiers d'Art collection, the last show ever, Chanel last show ever, where Lagerfeld walked out on the runway to say goodbye or hello to everybody. Well, little did we know it was a goodbye, not a hello. And then all of these pieces, I have never in my life purchased so many pieces from one collection, from one Chanel collection, and this was the one. I was just in love with basically almost everything that they made. This particular bag, made in this tweed, well, not this particular bag, this particular tweed was used also for the mid-size Timeless Classic. It was also used for jackets. I'm not so sure if also pants or coats, but there is a jacket that was also made in this particular Lesage tweed, and it's just incredible. I mean, I don't know if we can go really close without it kind of, you know, zooming and like unfocusing. But the amount of colors and detail in this tweed is just... I love when a little bit of like orange pops in there and red. There's a bit of pink over there. And we have all of these green hues. Even the gold has a green hue. And then there's black. A bit of velvet is there as well. Satin, velvet, wool, lurex. Bit of silk probably as well. Here's more of that, of those little pink pops of pink color. Look at this yellow over there. And each one is slightly different. Each one has a slightly different sizing to it. It's really complicated to make these and to align everything, to make it just match the way it matches. I mean, we even have a pocket in the back. And the pocket in the back is also aligned. That's also something that is not, you know, we take it for granted. Yeah, of course, there's a pocket in the back. Yeah, but to align it, that's work. And that takes time. Which brings me to one interesting point when it comes to Chanel. We have this issue with the degrading quality and quality control. And yes, it's an issue. It's a problem. But you have to also know what to hunt out. The classic pieces that everybody always wants, they're mass-produced. So those are going to have a little bit of a lower quality to them. But special pieces like this one that don't cost more than the classic ones are going to have a better quality because more attention to detail is put there. Not just that, but people that have been maybe working in the ateliers for a long time, for them it's a bigger challenge. It's more interesting to work with something new, a newer material or pattern, rather than always doing the same old, same old. So there's definitely more attention that goes into these pieces than into certain, or we could, like in an extreme case, you could say, you know, the most sold item, which are the classic, you know, the little tiny double C earrings with the little crystals, the crystals that always fall off, those are produced in mass, but they're super expensive to buy in the boutique. That's where the profit is the highest. But if you know where to look, you can still find pieces within each collection that are, qualitatively speaking, of a much higher standard. You just got to know where to look. And this is where I say you need an education in terms of fashion history. You need an education in terms of the brand's history, and also in terms of style. Certain pieces so we cannot generalize and say that altogether quality is going down. Most of it is going down, yes, but you have to know where to look. And if you know where to look, you can still find where quality is thriving. It's in tiny, small places. Sometimes you have to be really very clever about it. And yes, it also helps to have a really good connection to your sales associate, because they will, given the right time and the right timing and the right synergy between you two, they will also help you figure out the best. But also the sales associate, even if they're amazing people, sometimes they just don't have that knowledge of the brand. As good as people may be, some of them are just doing their job, but they're not really passionate about something like as much as we are. You must be passionate about it, otherwise you wouldn't be watching this video so long into the video. First of all, you wouldn't be clicking on it. Second of all, if you would click on it by mistake, you would get out of the video immediately. But if you've stuck with me all the way to this point, you know when I say we, I mean you and me. And it's also difficult sometimes to deal with sales associates, as passionate and as loving as they are. Sometimes they just don't have that education of the brand, of the heritage of the brand, of a feeling of the aesthetic of the brand, and then it's hard. Then you kind of got to do the work for them, but you can't really, because you don't have all the access to all the spots that you would need to have access to know where to find what piece. It's very tricky, and it's a very delicate balance. Is it worth all the work? Well, when I get a piece like this, I say, yes, it's worth all the work. And yes, it's worth all the money to me personally. But then again, to me, this gives me life. Some people prefer to do other things. They have other preferences, other loves in their life. These are like my babies. So to me, it's a very joyous moment when I get a chance to actually unbox this with you, to share my enthusiasm with you and my knowledge, and also to ask you guys questions, because that's ultimately what my love of Chanel is. I don't have a love of luxury per se. It's more a particular type of feeling for certain histories and stories. By the way, I ordered 3 new books on Chanel's life. Really looking forward to seeing those, to see them arrive, but then of course to read them. So keep a lookout on my Instagram profile, Super Dacob all spelled together, to check out which new books are coming to the Fashion Bunker. Until then, now finally the Métier d'Art collection, as far as I'm concerned, in my possession collection, is complete. So I will be trying to, given the right time and space here, make a proper video showcasing the entire Métier d'Art family and how they work together, all of these pieces. Oh my God, this gold. No, I can't. It's just amazing. So yeah, look forward, stay tuned for that if you're interested in more Métier d'Art magic. I almost forgot to tell the story why this particular tweed Métier d'Art bag comes in so late in the game. In Chanel terms, late in the game, because the collection was launched beginning of June, and now we're 2.5 months away practically. Or more? No, actually June, July, August, no, 3.5 months. Still, for me a short time, for Chanel a long time. So I did not expect, when I went to Rue CAMBON 31, to find what I found beginning of June. If you remember and follow my channel, you will remember that the first unboxing that I made from this particular collection was the, to my surprise, existing reissue 255 mini, rectangular mini single flap. I did not expect that one. So in fact, this one was first on my list together with the golden leather mini, but because the reissue in mini size just appeared out of the blue, I did not expect it, because it wasn't also promoted anywhere on the Chanel website or other channels except for inside of the boutiques. So all of a sudden that jumped priority. It skipped to place number 1, to pole position. So one of the other 2 bags needed to go back into kind of a waiting list, if you may, because just getting 3 bags was insane at the same time. I mean, really. But anyway, so I thought, okay, which one of, what to do? So I got the reissue first, then the golden mini. And then there's the case of the bum bag, the golden bum bag from the runway, which was a pre-order just for me. So that was pre-ordered months prior. So as soon as that arrived, I had to get that one. There was like no way of not getting it, but then it was a gift. So it was all a bit complicated with that one. So that one, I don't kind of classify it within this whole running after these bags like a crazy person. But so in fact, by the time I could get the 3rd mini, which is insane, but also, I mean, well, this is my favorite collection to date, so what am I supposed to do? It was gone. So then the problem started. Okay, how do we find this bag? Which boutique has this bag? Which boutique would be ready to send this bag over to my boutique? And that took some time as well. After that happened, and after I got the okay from the other boutique that they would send one bag over, the waiting began. And then when it arrived, everything had to be inspected because these bags are so delicate. I didn't want that boutique, because I always get this alarm bell ringing inside my head whenever the boutiques say that they have something left in stock that they could send over. You always think, could be flaw, defect for whatever reason. Somebody could have brought it back. But the second I saw this one, I knew that was not the case because it still had its original stickers on all of the hardware, externally and internally here as well. So that is a very important point. If you're going to get your bag from another boutique delivered, if it still has those stickers on the hardware, that's always a really good sign, because usually people tend to peel those off. The internal ones not so much so when people buy the bags, but the external ones, yes. I mean, this is embarrassing to walk around with a sticker on the double C like this. You know what I mean? So I was really lucky there, but I was also dreading it, because if your boutique goes that extra mile and orders a bag from another boutique, and then the bag arrives and orders whatever from another boutique. I mean, I know it's a lot of money, so it doesn't really matter if when you see the bag, you go, something is flawed with it, I don't want it. But it's a bit of an issue, because if you keep ordering things to your boutique and then you don't want to buy them when they arrive for whatever reason, legit or non-legit reason, the sales associates will get tired of making that extra effort to get you stuff, because once these products are in their boutiques, they can't send them back to the other boutique, so they have to sell it. They're stuck with it. So you gotta choose wisely what you order, and responsibly, because if you keep ordering and then denying to get the product for whatever reason, the sales associates will get tired. I mean, and justly so, will get tired of fighting for you if you keep letting them, if you keep them stuck with the product afterwards, after they've ordered it. It's also not good for their reputation as well. So it's very, very tricky. I was super scared, because this is my first tweed bag, and I thought, not seeing it, ordering it blind, and then when it arrives in the boutique, what if something is wrong with it? So I was dreading the moment of having to inspect it once it was in the boutique, but thank goodness everything went well. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, please do thumb it up, and let me know what you think about this particular little art piece in the comment section down below. Beep, beep. Also, if you haven't already but wish to, consider subscribing to my channel here on YouTube. I'm also on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, Super Dacob all spelled together. Also on Patreon, also Super Dacob all spelled together. And thank you so much to my patrons for helping out the channel. You get access to special videos on Patreon, as well as exclusive previews before they hit here. And of course, every video there is ad-free. Also, be sure to check out Ask Dacob, my YouTube series, where you get to call in live and ask me questions. We get to talk together, and that all ends up in a video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Until then, never forget to never give up on Coco Love. Bye.